So around kind of last night, we got a brief spoiler for the new chapter 1131 of One Piece manga. Brief spoiler chapter. So like every time, let's dissect this. So Loki, currently imprisoned in the underworld, appears bound by sea stone chains, with animal guards patrolling his prison. So off the bat, I already have theories on what they meant. So, or questions. So this really reminds me of Impel Down, and it does confirm he does have a very powerful ability, Devil Fruit. I guess we'll have to see what that is. But I'm guessing, since we're talking about this Loki character, I wouldn't be surprised if it was something like fun and crazy, something like the Sun God, like very, very out of pocket and everything, like very random and fun. So, and they mentioned animal guards patrolling his prison. So the animal guards again remind me of Impel Down, and when it was revealed that these guards, they're actually zone users, but they lost their mind. You know, I guess they couldn't really win against the animal spirit in the zone. But my theory is that maybe these people could have. Maybe they overcame that. And I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they were Wiccan zone like Lucci, because because to have a person like Loki bound in sea stone chains with his own prison in the underworld, you're probably gonna pick your best people to guard him. So that's probably the case. Anyways, moving on. He asked Luffy to set him free, promising in return destroy any pirate crew Luffy wants. During this conversation, Loki calls Shanks a chicken, which angers Luffy, leading him to tackle King Gear 4th. Now, I don't know if I feel like he could have been joking with him, because it's obvious that he was joking about calling Shanks a chicken. But at the same time, like, we don't really know the morals of Loki. All we know is that he's imprisoned in the underworld with bound in sea stone chains. So I mean, I don't know. Like, he obviously did something very bad to end up there. So maybe that would be that he would. That's a clue that he would do these atrocious things, like what he told Luffy. But anyways, the world government has placed a special bounty of 2.6 billion berries on Loki's head. So when they say special, I think what they mean is that instead of the regular dead or alive, they just put alive. Because the number isn't really that special. Like, we've seen people with more than that, like Shanks, Mihawk, and I don't know, I think Crocodile or something. But anyways, them saying special, it reminds me of what they did to Sanji. If you remember when he got his poster, the only thing it said was, "We want this person alive," and we were confused about that. And then we learned, later on that he was part of this royal family. So I wonder if it's kind of the same thing with this Loki person. Like, maybe he's connected, or maybe the world government wants to use his devil fruit, because going off that, assuming his devil fruit is very strong, I would assume the world government would want that power for themselves. So, like, I guess the idea is to capture him alive and just, keep him in the prison until, like, I guess we need him in battle or something. Continuing, curious about the connection between Shanks and Loki, Luffy demands an explanation, but Loki cryptically states he'll only reveal the truth if Luffy releases him. Meanwhile, Zoro and his group narrowly escape from Road and the gang of pirates. Robin prepares herself to reunite with Saul, having Brooke cut her hair and returning her pre-time skip hairstyle. At the end of the chapter, a giant is shouting that Saul has collapsed on the ground. So, that last part, I kind of want to dissect on with them. So, a giant. So, we don't know who this giant is. From what's happening, I'm guessing this is a random giant that just happened to come across Saul's collapsed body. And obviously, I'm guessing this is, maybe it's me, but I feel like it's a combination of stress and old age and a lot of things on display, and what he's been through with the Navy and with Robin, and how he's all covered in bandages because Kuzan pretty much freeze dried him, so that probably wasn't an easy thing. So I think this is like a hint on a death flag for Saul. Like, obviously Saul is gonna die of natural causes, no one's gonna kill him, but I feel like the stress and everything and the age on his body and heart is bad for him, wear and tear. So I just feel like this is kind of the breaking point of Saul. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if, like, when Robin shows up, Saul's like on his deathbed, and then we have this really sweet moment between Robin and Saul, and them remembering of their time together in their island when Robin was a little girl. But I mean, yeah, that's kind of my theory on the whole thing. Obviously, we'll have to wait for more to come out. But yeah, overall, a lot of interesting things were kind of revealed. That the connection between Shanks and Loki is kind of questionable, because he did earlier, it did say Loki caused Shanks a chicken, which angered Luffy, leading him to attack Loki and get forth. But it was, I couldn't really bring it up. There was another post, same guy, he said he was like before Luffy was gonna get a punch on him and get forth, it was obvious Loki was joking, and he said, "Oh, I'm just joking, kidding." So it's obvious that Loki and Shanks have a friendly relationship, or I mean, not even a friendly. Like, what if, because I could see this being my theory. So I could see before Shanks got to Elbaf, Loki was this prince, you could say king, who, because of this power, devil fruit power, he pretty much can control, he has a lot of power. So no one opposed him until, a couple years ago, Shanks washed up on shore with his pirate crew And obviously Shanks, we know his how strong he is, his hockey. Obviously he beats Loki. He sees what Loki is doing to oppressing his own people, and then um you know Shanks just replaces them and sends them to the prison. It would also explain why the people there are so accepting that Shanks is kind of their boss, because they kind of own big time for literally saving their country. And I think that's why they have so much respect for Shanks, because he did save them from Loki in a sense. And he sent Loki down to this prison in the underworld, and we'll see. I'm guessing Luffy, because he's curious. Cause I mean, I would do the same thing, releasing Loki, and then I could also see Loki trying to team up with Luffy and like take down Shanks, because even though what Loki is doing is wrong, he still is the prince. And I mean, if Luffy has taught me anything, he is the kind of person to action first and ask questions later. So I wouldn't be surprised if after releasing Loki, plays word plays with him and convinces him to be like, yeah, Shanks kicked me out. I was the rightful prince, and he just shut up one day and he kicked me out. And I want your help to fight him. And Luffy's gonna be like, oh yeah, don't worry, we got your back. So there's gonna be a huge battle between those three people, and then and and yeah, I think that's kind of my theory on the whole brief chapter spoiler thing. I know it wasn't a lot, but I guess I throw out some theories I had. Also says no break next week, so expect another similar video next Monday. But yeah, overall this chapter looks promising, and yeah. But I think I'm under here. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.